A piece of alarming news recently came out about the U.S. Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. Did you hear about it? Did you know about the accusation on Janet Yellen of banking corruption? Well, it was due to speaking fees. Let us see what it is. But first, we are giving away $25 at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome, XRP Army. Let us grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribe. Now before we get on to the other updates, let us look at the current price of XRP. XRP's price at the time of making this video is $1.19, with a 24-hour trading volume of $8,710,159,539. XRP price has decreased by 6.3% in the last 24 hours. It has a flowing supply of 46 billion XRP coins and a total supply of 100 billion. If you are contemplating buying or selling XRP, B2BX is currently the most active exchange. So now on to the speaking fees issue. What is it? What happened? Janet Yellen has lately been blamed for bribery. The U.S. Treasury Secretary was accused of receiving speaking fees from banks. The Secretary recorded earnings limited disclosure which showed that Yellen had earned millions in speaking fees from various banks. With $7.2 million in speaking fees getting from just the Citadel hedge fund and Citibank. That is a lot of money. And the rate at which Yellen was being paid for these speaking engagements was alarming, which had prompted the Bitcoin supporter Bruce Fenton to point out the receipts. Fenton took to Twitter to post a screenshot of Yellen's earnings. Also, he highlighted the amounts that were paid to the secretary by banks. Here is what Bruce Fenton tweeted. Here's Secretary Janet Yellen's partial disclosure of what she describes as speaking fees. Citi is highlighted in blue. Citadel highlighted in green. Since much of America was locked down in 2020, those speeches are almost all Zoom calls, done from her home. $7.2 million total. The totals indicated that Yellen had received over $7 million from Citadel alone. Also, Yellen received $450,000 from City National for just 3 days of speaking. Investors blame Yellen for collecting bribes from banks in speaking fees to help them work against the DeFi space. So now Secretary Janet Yellen's current net worth is about $20 million. With banks paying her so much for speaking fees, it means a single bank pays 1/3 of Yellen's entire net worth. Yellen's official limited disclosure reports that she received millions more from other banks like Barclays, BNP, UBS, and more. The amount of speaking fees collected by Yellen from the banks has people convinced that the secretary is now operating for the banks. This is not supported by the fact that Yellen has moved to ban decentralized finance, DeFi, a leading competitor of traditional banks. Individuals have started to move their money to DeFi, rather than putting their money in savings accounts in banks. The higher returns from DeFi far exceed the percentage of recovery offered by banks. And hence, putting savings in decentralized finance services is more enticing for users. She is now attending her real owners, the banks and not the United States government, as Ron Hammond, Director of Government Relations at the Blockchain Association, states. The public pressure is working as more senators express concerns to us privately about the bill text. Treasury is pulling out all the stops to kill the Wyden Amendment. General politics of the bill could force Senator Schumer to say no amendments at all. For that $7 million, Yellen is now going to effectively ban a competitor of their city paymasters, the DeFi space, with a section deceived into the infrastructure bill at the closing minute that operates smart contract coders engaged as brokers. An amendment to that bill to ban coders was almost going to pass with general consent, but then Yellen moved in to push for a competing amendment that does not ban coders, the so-called Warner-Portman Amendment. The risk is now that the bill goes through without any amendment, which would hold coders and miners responsible in theory. However, in context, lawmakers have said the definition of a broker is not intended to cover miners. That would be a massive win for Yellen's paymasters, but an enormous loss for Americans who may well see firsthand how open corruption leads to the selling out of the United States, and all for just $7 million. Cheap money talks in politics, so Kryptonians will now have to pay speaking fees as well and donate petty sums of $100,000 or $1 million to the elected, with it unclear whether that would be just in time to save the freedom to publish open source code on blockchain networks without any licensing requirements. If not, then US citizens will have no choice but to get politically involved and fight them in the ballot box with all legally available means, because the crypto space most likely does have not just the cost of business political war chest, but also the numbers to defeat all enemies of freedom, corrupt or otherwise as they may be. Crypto enthusiasts would have to combat things head-on. The market is generally removed from politicking in the past. However, with each passing day, it becomes more apparent that for the space to survive, investors would have to get involved in the politics behind this if there is any hope to save the DeFi space. This would mean striving with their relevant votes, voting for candidates who understand the crypto market, and not collecting speaking fees from banks to help them further their agendas. It also means crypto investors will now have to spend on speaking fees to people in authority in order to make sure that damaging bills are not passed. The young crypto market has a long battle before it. Nevertheless, crypto enthusiasts proceed to show that they will not just sit idly by and let others destroy the market. Now for a piece of more positive news. Shall we check that out? Now this is a new upgrade. 4 individuals have created this at Hash Laboratories. With this, they will give the capability to XinFin XDC network to empower military-grade security and performance while consuming low resources to identify malicious actors. Now, this is an excellent improvement to the protocol. Don't you think so? XinFin is a project that aims to tackle some of the most common challenges in the blockchain. Smart contract blockchains have long been hailed as a breakthrough technology for the financial industry, thanks to their capacity to transfer value across borders at a fraction of the time and cost of legacy systems. But with most modern blockchains currently stretched to their limits, network congestion and high fees have dampened this prospect. Nonetheless, several high-efficiency platforms have emerged in recent years, looking to make good on this potential once and for all. XinFin is a hybrid blockchain platform built to modernize the global trade and finance sector through an accessible, efficient, and highly versatile decentralized infrastructure solution. The platform allows organizations to participate in the global trade market at a fraction of the typical cost due to its high-efficient smart contract and real-time settlement capabilities. XinFin believes this will make cross-border transactions far more efficient while enabling both public and private use cases. XinFin's hybrid architecture enables it to support public, private, and consortium chains that can be tasked for practically any purpose. So far, XinFin has been used for remittance and peer-to-peer trading platforms, blockchain-powered insurance, online digital asset-linked identity, end-to-end land registry record management, and more, demonstrating the platform's versatility. Unlike some competing platforms, XinFin ensures even basic consumer-grade computer hardware can efficiently run a master node, making it highly accessible and maximizing decentralization. XDPOS features a self-KYC feature, which public master node holders must use to complete identity verification before participating in consensus. This ultra-efficient consensus mechanism also allows transactions to reach finality in under 2 seconds with nearly zero transaction fees. Do you invest in XRP? If you want to continue knowing about XRP, we have 2 more videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the following video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. It would be best if you did not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered as financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.